土生活教育层面，毛利文化同纽西兰有同重要的地位。喺嗰年日下有一種平台，限卡加強傳播毛利嘅內容。身為紐西蘭動有規模嘅族群頻道，毛利電視台廿幾年嚟時態前，我哋提升營養朋友到硬體設備，加強頻道專業人才嘅指導，含新目標，為製作毛利樣式同新聞。甚過從廿條資源按多按豐富，為認證政策觀察收入影響冇。睇啲記者胡分子同林百元嘅鏡頭，帶你深度觀察。
2024世界體盛宴包含台灣也到全世界76個國家每一項70場體系，第二年嘅星期就會影響全世界撒下來10年嘅發展方向，未會帶通各國嘅族群政策。2023年體現爭結束嘅紐西蘭係國家黨同行通黨紐西蘭鐵黨將來自聯合政府，甚過在啲媒體都檢驗10年嚟，去看新政府做100年嘅政績，就發現咯，其中像係原住民權利保護報告計劃也到，有關毛利族群嘅政策必停停的，還能傳出少數民族事務部會裁跌14%，甚至各政府部門嘅名額本單有毛利化，強怕每次全都英文點貼。這啲學者就說，安樣嘅改變會覺得民族多元價值同未來。
It is always a problem when a government comes in that does not see the value of protecting Indigenous knowledge. That happens all around the world, and we just need to protect it and our people and bring more young people in so that it's more sustainable.
唔過為族群議題發生同提升嘅毛利電視台對新政府做啲本地嘅資源係喺度有信心。
In a situation where we've had a change of government, but we have a very supportive minister who is supporting what we do and is very encouraging of us.
這個看到紐西蘭嘅連沙歐洲，這啲原住民媒體未見愛電來建議，前前後後花幾10年，爭落到共享媒體攝台。總算以為穩定嘅未來年，政治族群發生一條路，係你行到當辛苦。
From decades of fighting for First Nations people to have a voice, a place in Australia's national media landscape. We were provided funding, however, we didn't have the government policies around us to continue back in 2007. So we worked into getting onto the SBS network.
看到台灣用客家電視台做例嘅，2023年正式法制化加入公共攝台，經費對年產1年4億元提高到6億元。同歐洲、紐西蘭2個國家來比，台灣族群媒體係能夠受到公部門保障。
Taiwan government is paying a lot of efforts to make Taiwan the connection with the world of Hakka.
甚過同主流媒體來比，各國族群媒體資源係呢當有限透，要求本各國嘅經營者相當模糊。
We can't do what we need to do for our community without further funding. Hey, advertisers, why don't you spend at least 3% of your commercial budget on Indigenous platforms?
現時各個族群媒體睇啲係呢意思公部門來支持。經營者咪勞心百度，希望來製作自家嘅貼身內容，展現係個證明自家嘅共享價值。將來要得到資源同支持，除咗政府，主要係你電視機條切看嘅民眾。要做出相應看族群樣式內容，其實咩冇按改。不過紐西蘭毛利電視台就打造為唯一全新營養棚，要來做出聽得到時代數位浪潮下嘅內容。360度環境營養棚是營養模式，就嚟做直播錄節目。毛利電視台運用特輯空間都唔變高。
So it's been very much used a lot, and it's very multi-purpose. It can be used for television shows, it can be used for music shows, it can be used for meetings, it can be used for parties, it can be used for our official welcome Pōwhiri events. So very, very flexible space. That means we can really make the most of what we've got here.
毛利電視台工作人員認為，提升機器人到硬體設備，唔但將為到聽到關注、應變更新嘅要求，你希望做到各個訓練人才，上係能到實現。
Because it's a perfect training ground for our people as well. There are so many youngsters that can come now to Whakaata Māori and they can learn how to be a camera operator. It gives us the opportunity to bring new people into the industry and gives us the opportunity to own that.
We use the metaphor of a waka or a canoe and vessel, and we describe our staff as paddlers, and so we're all on a journey making our way together, and of course it needs us all to be able to paddle and work together in rhythm. We also have an expectation that our team engage in professional development and training.
另外，為咗了解族權同傳播兩種重要熱菜，毛利電視台除咗提出員工多元發展計劃，未繼續入到教研地都教研，係對學校同社區開放，促進交流。 培養係個節目成績員。
Many Indigenous broadcasters are facing and media entities is attracting young people to want to work and have careers in this industry. What we also do is open up our building to young high school students, particularly those from Māori immersion language schools.
Tell stories that make them think and remember about who they are. And then we tell stories that make them want to change their lives in some way and take action in a new way. Then that is how we, that's how we actually make an impact on people.
荷來活支持毛利養成超脫國際族權媒體體比項，兼分享媒體嘅影響力，希望按嚟做得強健毛利族權嘅自信係個領土。體比當局還有其中一個重點係用新科技來複製模擬。看到眼數據就做得看到喎，其實也就係毛利電視台自家開發嘅 app。但我們做得看到，其實就係自家跳舞，韓國有下播有歌詞，做得本用 app 經驗做嚟看。 對提升設備、發展人才，都期盼國際級嘅論壇。毛利電視台加強各種硬體，加深自家嘅影響力，希望啲人士多種媒體競爭下，基本有其限。